Daren, welcome. Come on in.
Thanks a lot, Phil. Thanks for having us.
Oh yeah, happy to have you. Come on in.
Today we're going to meet somebody that's very near and dear to our heart. That's the mayor of the city of South Miami, Phillip Stoddard. Phillip Stoddard is very well known in the environmentalist community. Since 1992, he's been a professor of biology at Florida International University. In 2015, he was appointed by the White House to develop sea level rise policy. So we're going to meet him today and see how he lives his life and how he not only talks the talk, but walks the walk.
Suburban tract house when we got it. It had been a rental property, nobody did anything to it, and we knocked out all the interior walls and redid it, and then we started on the yard. So it's just a grassy backyard. Well, this is the backyard.
It's incredible.
Isn't it?
Wow.
Welcome to paradise, Daren. All right, so what we've built here is really two habitats. So this side over here is cypress swamp. This is what you'd find in big cypress, corkscrew swamp, a few other swamps in Florida. That's the basic treescape, water sort of thing. This is a slough. Over here, this is your coastal sink solution hole kind of habitat, a little extreme, but these things existed naturally in Miami. There's still some in natural existence. Many have been filled in. And then over here you got a hardwood hammock. And so that's the coastal hammock here. That's what the forest of South Florida looks like when it's allowed to grow back into forest. Dug a hole here, lined it with chicken wire and shotcrete. I took Gray out to the Big Cypress Preserve, and I took her to my favorite slough, and I said, "Here, draw this." So my wife's an architect. She drew this beautiful scene, and Mark Ingmeyer was doing ponds in the backyard. Says, "Mark, this is what we want." He said, "Okay, well, you'll have to do the landscaping, but I get it." And so he designed the waterscape itself and helped construct it. We had some additional work done by a guy from Sunshine Pools. Who did the shotcrete, and then Gray and I landscaped it. And what we put back here was a cypress swamp. You can see the cypress trees there with the knees coming out of the water.
It's beautiful.
This is the backdrop that Gray drew from the Big Cypress National Preserve. And it's a meter deep in the shallow end, it's 2 meters in the deep end. The water's cool, it's crisp, it's clear. You put on a snorkel and go look at the mask and go look at the fish. It's absolutely paradise. And in the summertime, right before bed, my wife comes out and goes for a dip. I often join her, but it's like a religion with her. She just goes and cools off in the pond, comes back to bed, and she's happy. Some houses have a pond, but every house needs a grotto. Come on down here. It's just quiet, peaceful. I leave the phone up at the house, nobody can find me at all.
Magical.
When we first built it, we weren't sure how well the soil here would perk, so we wanted to make sure we had extra drainage capacity. And it turns out to be fabulous for storm drainage. I mean, there's no such thing as flooding in our yard. Water came down here. During Katrina, it was up to about here, but the yard stayed dry. Yeah, this is my whole house generator.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
No fumes, no noise.
And it will run the car. So
the only fuel you need is coming at you every day from the sun. So there are two batteries stacked one in front of the other.
Yeah, so this is 27 kilowatt hours, more than my car. It can run the clothes dryer. I don't do that. I don't run the clothes dryer with batteries, but it can do it.
Right.
It runs the AC handle, it runs the fridge, it runs the microwave, it runs the clothes washer. It runs everything. Now, one of the things I want to comment on is that I don't normally draw off the batteries at night. I call it my parlor trick, because what I like to do is overgenerate during the day and push that extra power to the grid.
Sure.
And then I draw back from the grid, net metering, at night. I even charge my car at 1 o'clock in the morning. And there's a reason for this. when the utility makes electricity, they make it in two batches. What they call the base load, which is the generators running all out, just
about all the time.
Or nuclear plants, whatever it is, just a level supply.
Yeah.
And then when people start getting home from work or the sun starts getting extra hot in the afternoon, we start using more electricity than the base load, and so they turn on a second kind of generator called a peaker. Provides that peak power demand at the end of the day.
Everybody's getting home from work,
Yeah,
turning on all their appliances.
turning on the appliances, making dinner, da-da-da-da-da. And so that's a less efficient generation system.
Yeah.
It produces more carbon output per kilowatt hour. So I don't want to be charging my car on the base load. And what I like to do, I've got a west-facing array. I don't know if you noticed.
Mhm.
The solar
Yeah.
array faces west.
Right.
And part of the reason for that is that the house is oriented the way,
East-west.
north-south. So I had a choice between the eastern face or the western face. I've got a little bit south where I've got a solar hot water heater.
Right.
But I decided to put it on the western side so that I could push power onto the grid at peak load times and displace carbon, more carbon that way than on the eastern side of the house. And it's interesting, FPL does the same thing. When they build a freestanding grid scale array, they tend to aim at west because they also want to use that solar power to cut into the peak load time.
That suits their needs the best.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about
And it saves the most carbon.
Sure, because of the basically usage profile of Florida.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about Florida is we don't have time of use billing.
Right.
So it's very insightful of you, because there isn't necessarily a financial incentive to face the array west versus east, but you know that that's really what makes the most sense given our usage profile.
Yeah.
Given that we have net metering in Florida, is it fair to say that you use this system as a grid-tied battery backed up system?
Absolutely.
So you benefit from net metering as long as the grid is live. If the grid is out, you've got your battery to kick in, back up your house when you need it during an outage.
Yeah, this is my whole house generator.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
No
And
fumes, no
fumes.
noise.
And it will run the car. So
The only fuel you need is coming at you every day from the sun.
this works 24 hours a day. This electric. That's the FPL power. It's off. Now, did the house stay up? Let's find out.
We got power in the microwave.
Got power in the microwave. How about the fridge? Is the fridge running?
You got a light on.
Yep, fridge is running. I can hear the freezer going. Ice cream stays frozen. The beer stays cold. We're going to survive.
That's beautiful. So Mary Stoddard, you recently enacted that it's now mandatory for all new construction in South Miami to have solar on it?
A year and a half ago, we did this. So we were the first city outside of California to require solar on new residential construction or on really large expansions of an existing structure. So we put this in place in 2017. The residents supported it. The utility and the building industry opposed it. We did it anyway.
Sure.
And it's been a success. We don't do a lot of residential construction in South Miami because we're mostly built out.
Right.
But the people are ultimately happy with it. They grumble a little bit at first. I really have to do solar? Yeah, you do. Okay. And then they do it.
Yeah.
And then they discover, hey, it wasn't that expensive. It more than pays for itself. You actually get money back. The builder makes a little money on it. If somebody sells the house, the realtor sells the house faster and makes money on it.
Absolutely.
Everybody benefits.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us for today's episode of The Green Stuff. We got to hang out with the mayor of South Miami, Phillip Stoddard, check out his house and see what he's doing to live green. So that was a lot of fun. Thanks a lot, Phillip Stoddard. Join us for the next episode of The Green Stuff. Next episode is dedicated to all you Tesla Model 3 owners out there. We're going to check out some aftermarket Tesla Model 3 products so you can trick out your Tesla Model 3 and make it unique and make it your own. So thanks a lot.